As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the schoolyard, a sense of unease settled over the small suburban elementary school. It was the annual parent-teacher night, and the classrooms buzzed with activity as parents and teachers discussed the progress of the students. In room 203, Mrs. Anderson, a veteran teacher, wrapped up her presentation and encouraged the parents to enjoy the refreshments in the cafeteria. With a polite smile, she assured them that their children were safe and sound. Little did she know that the night would take a sinister turn. As the parents mingled in the cafeteria, the power suddenly flickered and went out. Nervous laughter rippled through the crowd. Someone muttered about a storm approaching, but it wasn't a storm that would haunt their memories. Minutes turned into hours, and the power remained off. The atmosphere grew tense as parents began to worry about their children. Phones were useless, their screens dark and lifeless. Panic started to set in. Mrs. Anderson decided to investigate, leaving a small group of parents in the cafeteria. She made her way through the darkened hallways, flashlight in hand, and finally reached the main office. The door creaked open, revealing a sight that chilled her to the bone. The office was in disarray, files scattered on the floor, and the school's emergency protocols binder was missing. In the cafeteria, the remaining parents had grown frantic. They pounded on the cafeteria doors, trying to get out, but they wouldn't budge. It was as if the entire school had turned into a prison, trapping them inside. Fear and paranoia spread like wildfire.
In the darkness, eerie whispers echoed through the hallways. Shadows danced on the walls, and strange, ghostly apparitions appeared and disappeared. Some parents swore they heard children crying and laughing in the distance. Mrs. Anderson, now trembling with fear, gathered a small group of parents and decided to explore further. They navigated the labyrinthine school, encountering locked doors, strange symbols etched into the walls, and more inexplicable phenomena. Hours turned into a never-ending nightmarish ordeal. They discovered the missing emergency protocols binder in the gymnasium, where it lay open to a page that read, "Once locked, there's no escape." The parents realized they were trapped in a sinister game, a twisted version of lockdown protocol. As the night wore on, their terror grew. Whispers became growls, and the shadows seemed to have a life of their own. Unseen hands reached out from the darkness, pulling at their clothes, and cold fingers brushed their necks. Panic consumed them as they realized there was no way out. At the break of dawn, the power returned, and the school doors swung open as if nothing had happened. The parents stumbled out, disheveled and traumatized, clutching their children tightly. They never spoke of that night, but they could never forget the horrifying ordeal that had unfolded within the walls of their once peaceful school. To this day, the school stands as a chilling reminder of a night when darkness itself became a malevolent force, and a simple school lockdown turned into a nightmare beyond imagination.